Amber, I was thinking of you with all of this and saying, you know, we have a dismissive, almost cavalier attitude in the face of these knuckleheads. And that, not too long ago, they were the JV team. Then we had administration types saying, they numbered only in the hundreds. Lately, if it bleeds, it leads. Their media fixation, then a Fox fixation. Come on. Would you run a business that way? Would you engage in military operations with that line of thinking?
Absolutely not, because we would be out of business really quickly. Obama is living in a dream world right now, and he needs to wake up to the reality that you cannot fight this war with hashtags, with job opportunities, and word games. And that's all we're seeing out of Obama since day one when he called ISIS a JV team. The world is hungry for leadership right now and direction against this very real threat that ISIS poses to the United States, to our allies, and the world. And right now, all we're seeing is leadership absence right now.
You know, if you just look at through the business prism, and I'm joined now by John Layfield, who's safely ensconced in the capitalist confines of Bermuda. But John, you know, you think about it, any business worth its salt always checks on the other guys, always checks on competitors. Sometimes with a paranoid streak, but better that than just a dismissive attitude when you're surprised, right?
And right now, I mean, can you imagine a business that is getting beaten by a competitor or getting hurt by a competitor, and they spend most of their time on how to characterize the name or the phraseology of the competitor? I mean, that's what we're doing now. We're arguing over, do we release more prisoners from Guantanamo Bay? Do we create jobs long term? Look, Osama bin Laden was a very rich guy, and President Obama had seen this coming. People warned him when ISIS was in the desert, before they had even taken a major city. They just took al-Baghdadi just shortly outside of Baghdad itself. When they were outside, 10,000 of them in the middle of the desert, they said, you need to put airstrikes on them now. We could have virtually wiped out ISIS with very little collateral damage. And that's when he made the JV reference. Now, all of a sudden, they've taken oil infrastructure, they've taken towns. Now they're buried so deep, we're in a fix right now.
You know, Amber, I think about it, too, and I'm not going to fault the president or redo things that have since happened and things that he missed, that others missed. Be that as it may, you don't want to repeat bad behavior if you know you missed a couple of things in the past, maybe through no fault of your own, maybe your advisors, whatever. But now is not time to compound the sin or dismiss the sinners or put the sinners in a better light so as not to offend them or the people who back them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't reveal to your competitors your business tactics or your business secrets. And what have we seen?
But he didn't reveal anything, Amber. I don't think the president, if I'm ISIS, I don't know what he revealed.
Well, he continues to tell the enemy what we won't do. He tells them our timelines, and he tells them when we won't use military action, so they know exactly what they're up against and what they won't be facing. Just as we saw when they attacked the al-Assad air base in Iraq that's housing hundreds of Marines. Yeah. That was a test to see if they're going to get any sort of military reaction.
Right.
Yes,
John, by that definition, we're giving them a green light, aren't we?
Yeah, we're giving them a green light. The line we drew in the sand in Syria, I think stuff like that's coming back to haunt us. Not having a cogent foreign policy is coming back to haunt us, saying that we're not going to put ground troops, just like Amber said. We've got to go after these guys. This is not about building better governance. This is not about jobs. Let's knock out their infrastructure. Let's knock out their funding. We know where the oil refineries are. We haven't done that because we're saying, well, if we bomb them, we're going to have to fix it sometime. Let's worry about that after the war.
Yeah,
we need to go after these guys and get rid of them.
All right, guys, thank you both very much. Maybe all of this touchy-feely